Hi everyone, and welcome back to Caitlin's Corner for yet another bullet journaling for students video. This has been so highly requested. That's putting it lightly. I feel like every bullet journal video I put up, I get questions asking for more student bullet journal pages. And today I'm delivering on that. Before I get started, I do want to let you know that if you've ever been curious about how I film these videos, my bullet journal videos with the tripod, then I just posted a video that explains the whole process and how I film and edit all my videos. So that will be in the description box below. This is by far, I think, my biggest bullet journal video I've ever done on this channel. There's 16 pages, so let's get started. As you can see here, this is my new timetable setup. I decided to create clocks for each day of the school week, and then I blocked out the times where I'd have a class. I don't have my schedule yet. I don't start until September, but the reason I'm doing this video so early is because I know some of you start earlier or want to just get ahead on your planning. However, you may be wondering, Caitlin, you wrote all these things in. How are you going to actually use this yourself? Well, my friends, I've discovered a new product called, well, I don't know if it's new, but it's new to me. It's Papermate's erasable gel pens. Basically, all of these were done in erasable ink where I can just I thought it'd be fun to showcase this because I do think for spreads like this, like a timetable that can sometimes change throughout the year, it would be really handy to fill everything in with an erasable pen. These will be linked down below. I have a little quote on the bottom here that kind of plays on the fact that we're talking about time. And let's go on to the next set of pages, which is the master syllabus. In a previous student bullet journal video, I think I organized my master syllabus by course. And now that I look back, I don't know why I did that because it makes much more sense to organize it by month and then just use different colors for different courses to fill everything in. It also allows me to get a better idea of what I have due each month. This spread was super simple to set up, as you can see, and I used these new markers from the line Zebra. It is their mild liners to add pops of color. I'm becoming such a huge fan of these markers because they're dual tipped like the Tombows, but they have a flat edge rather than a brush tip, which I think for situations like this comes quite in handy. Moving on to the grade tracker. I set up a section for each one of my courses where I would write down the weight, the grade, and what the actual assessment was. I also thought it'd be super handy to have a prof and a TA section here to put their name and their email. You never know when you need to contact one of those two people. Again, for this spread, I used some new tools. I recently just bought Tombows new twin tone pastel dual tip markers. I am so in love with all of these colors. I started with the purple color up top and then I descended to more of a peachy tone over here. Just another way to add a little pizzazz to your page. On to our next two sets of pages. This one right here is a formulas page, and I created it because I posted a photo on Instagram of some new bullet journal supplies that I bought, which if you're not following me on Instagram, you can follow me at Caitlin Marie De Silva. I asked on that post for any specific student bullet journaling page requests, and a viewer by the name of Maddie_K_M requested a formulas page. Originally I thought, okay, I'll just create a whole page and write down all my formulas directly in this notebook. But I know that when I am actually doing homework, I end up having lots of textbooks and notebooks opened up. So I didn't know if I necessarily wanted to have another book to have on my desk open and taking up space. To solve that problem, I thought, let's make the formula page removable. So I just cut out a sheet of grid paper and attached it to my bullet journal with a piece of washi tape. And then when it's time to do homework, I can just take it off and insert it into the notebook that I'm using for all my schoolwork. And then when I'm done, bloop, it goes back in here. These are just a few formulas I had to use in stats last year, and I honestly just finished school 2 months ago and I'm already forgetting all of this. So that's a great sign for third year. Feeling really good about it. I should also point out that Maddie and many others have asked for note-taking pages. I'm going to be posting a note-taking video very soon dedicated completely to note-taking spreads and tips. To the right, I have an extracurriculars page because I thought those of you who are in high school probably need a section to record your extracurricular hours. In Ontario, we are required to have 40 hours of community service before we are able to graduate high school, so I included a volunteer hours tracker, and then I did a little bit of a different tracker up above. If you are part of any clubs and you want to kind of have some sort of record of how much time you've spent on each club you are a part of, then then you can color in one of these circles that represents 1 hour of time spent doing that activity. The next 2 pages are a very detailed sampled weekly spread. Instagram user at Elena Schaff, we're gonna go with that, requested a weekly spread that includes a place for meal planning and a homework checklist. I had to take a little bit of time to figure out what would be a flow that would work for me. In the past, I've separated my student bullet journal pages either with a separate notebook or by dividing my bullet journal in half, but this year I'm just mixing my other life stuff and my student stuff all together. I opted for a vertical layout because I think it just makes better use of the space. The way I intend to use this spread is by starting off down below here where I've put all of my course codes. At the beginning of the week, I will write down for each course everything that I have to do. And then based on this list right here, I will put these things into specific days. The reason I do it this way is because I find I sometimes need to see everything that I have to do before I can really find a way that I can best tackle everything. I could just plan directly into my days of the week, but I think this will be a system that works a little bit better for me. At the top, I blocked out a section specifically for any events or appointments or classes that I have to go to. So they're at the top, I can't miss them, I can't forget about them. And then down below, I sectioned off another area for meal planning. I created enough space to plan out 3 meals, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And then at the bottom right here, I just have a really random plan and be chilling out. All of these are fake plans, but I thought it'd be better to actually fill out this weekly spread just to give you an idea of how I would really make use of this layout. And we keep on trekking to a quotes page and a study log. I kept the study log spread super clean. I will probably create one each month, and for every class, anytime I spend an hour of time studying or doing work for that class, I will color in a box. Then I've got an assignment outline, and this was inspired by Instagram user Marnalu93, who wanted some research project spreads. I love the idea, but I wanted to do something a little bit more general so that you can just customize the page to fit whatever assignment needs you have. Something new that I'm really excited to try out is using a line graph as a way of scheduling out a timeline for each assignment that I have. X-axis is a timeline where I have the amount of days I feel like I will need to complete the project, and then the y-axis is where I put my status. For days 1, 2, and 3, I want to be brainstorming. 4 to 9, I want to be researching. 10 to 13 or 12, I am drafting, and then 13 to 14, I'll revise, and the due date would be inserted right here at the top. And then for each checkpoint, I have a separate area where you can make to-do lists or notes. If it was a really detailed project, you can make each of these a separate page. The last 2 pages are a student budget spread. We've got your income before fixed expenses, and then you deduct your fixed expenses, whatever they may be. I just put rent and tuition as some examples, and then you would get your total for spending for the month. And then from that total, you would assign a weekly budget for groceries and food, school, clothing and beauty, and other. Each week, you would write down what you actually spent each week and then put that total at the end of the month below each section, add it up, and you'd have a grand actual total spent. I thought this quote was really cute. Money talks, but all mine ever says is goodbye. I saw this on Google and it made me both laugh and cry. Really, this budget could be used for anyone. The only thing that really makes it a student budget is the school section for textbooks and supplies. And that is it for my student bullet journal video number, I think it's 4. I feel like by now I've covered every single major student bullet journaling page spread idea. But if there's still ones that I haven't done that you want to see, then let me know in the comment section down below. As I mentioned earlier, a note-taking video is coming your way. I will see you all very soon, and until then, bye everyone.
I don't know why you're stressing, but I know that you will find it out.